We do lots of small kitchen designs and appliances because we are very proficient in hospitality and multifamily buildings in the East Coast. And we're outfitting with a lot of appliances of them. And we work with housing authorities as well. So we know the pain and we know what NYSERDA is going through. So we are close to that community. So having learned about this opportunity that we worked on when NYSERDA opened their bid, so we said we could do it. So my previous company, we worked on the algorithm and stuff. Now we're going to move it to Summit. So you're going to be seeing some information. And we also went into, because West Coast is totally different, this ADU thing in the East Coast doesn't exist. So you guys are very lucky. And we have also turnkey kitchen solutions together. We build them in New Jersey with the appliances. So we also have some different ideas to integrate this product into this ADU kitchen solutions. So it's reachable to everybody. So I'm going to leave them here. Anyways, yes, please. So very basic who we are. It's a company more than about 55 years. It's a real company. Thank you for that. About 250 people work in the company, and we are specialized in many different sales channels with hospitality, hotels, multifamily, residential, commercial, and medical. We have a medical brand that is one of the top 5 brands in the US that goes into every hospital, every doctor's office, every dentist office, so their needs. So we have these products in. We do have a couple of facilities in the East Coast. The main office is in the Bronx. Not very fun place, but it is an enjoyable place. It's very active, I should say, in many means. But New Jersey, and also we have facilities in New Jersey. We have some sort of manufacturing capability. We take a product. We have NSF approved laboratories and facilities, so we change the product to a medical refrigerator. And instead of importation, so during this all this crisis, changing economics, so we can do a lot of things in-house as well. Next one. This is just a picture example of what we are doing. From commercial and from the hospitality and institutional sales, we have a lot of companies in contact with, all the hotels. And I have to tell you that hotels have started integrated induction far more than anybody else, any residential. We are not reporting to AHAM. Therefore, I can tell you that we sell more induction cooktops than AHAM reports in the country.
What is AHAM?
Association of Household Appliance Manufacturers. So like Whirlpool, and they sell, yearly induction sales is about 90,000 or 100,000 pieces. On the whole US right now, it's only 2% of the US sales in cooking appliances are induction. And it's going to increase. To give you the context, in Europe, it's 65%.
Wow.
So US will, one way or the other, organize and coordinate. But everybody says it's expensive, it is this, it is that. There needs to be some new way of doing this. So here is the 120 volt alternative cooking range for our kitchen. So we are talking about energy management. Yes, there's a battery solution. Yes, there's an outside solution, but I want to just bring your minds into our kitchens. Before I start, I want to ask, how many people own induction cooktop or a range in this? Okay, second question, how many of you who owns cook directly on them?
What's the other choice?
Well, many people own, they say, oh, I have it, they never cook it. Their wives are cooking it. So, all right, so this will resonate to you. So I'm here to give you some information about why we need this product and who we are working with, because there's a development in this product. And then there are some obstacles, like Tanya gave a very good nice speech about all the obstacles, what's happening for this energy, like buildings were all different. And then what cooking results we have, because I think without showing you the cooking results, you will not believe that this product it actually can do something. And then what will the product be like? So I have to tell you that we're not working only one product. We're working with many versions of the product so that we can go to the masses immediately, to the expansion to RV homes, small ADUs, multifamilies, secondary kitchens. In Texas, they call it casita. Maybe there's also here in California. I have no idea. There's a secondary kitchen is always being used. The nice kitchen is outside, never been used. So
Outside?
yes, I mean not outside. I mean in the main home. Homes are so big, so they have a kitchen, beautiful with all sub-zero appliances. Never been used. The whole work has been done inside the back kitchen. It's called casita. So. And what are the other products? Because we're not only just doing 120 volts, but there are some other nice products that I have to tell you. All right, let's go. We all know this. This is the ideal case of electrification of a home. Everything changes, starts from panel upgrades that you all talk about, and adding a heat pump products, adding a new solar system, energy management, and induction is one part of it. However, and when it comes to multifamily, it's not as easy as the picture says. So next picture. This is our enemy, right? For us to develop this 60 amp box is our enemy. However, we should not, everybody says, okay, let's do upgrades, let's do that. But there are many places in the country, you will not believe, close to 2.5 million homes that they cannot do the upgrades. They either have to bring down the whole building, and if you think about New York, 40, 50 floors high, built before 1950s, brick buildings, they have no power ability, they have only one gas line that supplies, and then everybody sticks their air conditioners from the window. Every day there's a fight over these buildings because 2 air conditioners work, too much power, then the whole building electricity goes down. So there's a big pain, huge pain in New York, I can tell you, and the East Coast is like this too. And a smaller scale, Boston, Philadelphia, Pittsburgh, even Washington, D.C. Many people. Probably. But over there, the apartments are so small. And the people are living either 1 or 2 or maybe 3 people in the one apartment. So offering a product at least to work for this gas conversion, because in New York it's too expensive, and they really took a very, very different approach, like California. They said, okay, first year we're going to limit up to 5 floors. Then we're going to limit up to 13 floors. Then 2 years later, we're not going to make any gas connections, any homes above 13 floors high. See, he likes energy conversion. And then so we want to come up and work on this product. Next page. So who are we working with? NYSERDA and NYCHA as a company, indirectly, we have been already working with them. But since they are our neighbors and we were close enough to work with them to come up, and then we said, okay, you had a great bid. Somebody won the bid. Congratulations. We said, we have a product, and we want to submit our product without unsolicited, offer. So they said no first, but they said yes. And once they saw the product, they go like, wow, this can be interesting. And at the same time, New York Fire Department said, sorry, no batteries allowed in appliances in NYSERDA homes. So they killed all the opportunities because there are a lot of bike and e-bike fires in New York. It's happening every month. At least one person is being killed every month. You can look at the news, and then New York Fire Department said, these buildings are too old. We cannot handle the energy because can you imagine like 4 or 5 e-bikes are being plugged into the wall, and suddenly they draw all the energy when there is no power. So they create a lot of fires, and you can look online. And then we, TRC, thank you, Kelly, Oak Ridge approached I may take them off after this morning. They for some reason they want to impose their own contracts, and we also have a patent, and they don't accept our patent. They say it's going to have their patent. We said no. So they're going to be talking about. We're going to be talking about it. However, New York Housing Authority, and this is from New York Times, only in New York to change the apartments that NYSERDA has, there needs to be $80 billion spent for kitchen upgrades, for utility upgrade. This is a huge money that New York doesn't have. Even NYSERDA doesn't have. So there needs to be some solution. Yes, they awarded a heat pump HVAC solution, but they say only one can be put in the building. It's impossible. It's a 2-bedroom apartment. When you put one, you will not cool everywhere. So anyhow, next page. All right, so we have some obstacles. We have to think about the users. We have to think about, aside from the power limitations, 1,800 watts only. And then how much is it going to cost? There is so much cost operation on this one. Clearly, nobody wants to change the gas lines to electric lines. Nobody wants to go through that business. And then they say, okay, can you solve me a plug-and-play solution? That triggered our solution to come up with this product. And also UI and UX, because remember, these housing authority or multifamily, not young people, like educated people like us are living there. There are many people that they don't even understand where the plug is, how to turn, what to turn, where to push. So there's an enormous problem about to solve these products. If there is a touch control, everybody says, well, everybody uses an iPhone or a touch control. It's easy to use. No, it's not easy to use. Because when your hands are oily, when your hands are wet, when your hands are different, and you will not be able to touch anything on the glass. So they want, and NYSERDA says, we want knobs. Okay, what kind of knobs? So there are so many different stuff. And the acceptability. Well, I'm going to be pausing 15 seconds here. I was involved in developing a heat pump close dryer back in 2014 and 15 with NEEA, with DOE, with EPA together, because we were trying to push them to write a rule for the DOE after the UL, the DOE rules. And there was so much skepticism about it's not going to dry. It's not going to do this. And we carried a heat pump dryer to the DOE offices in Washington, D.C., and showed them what it is doing. Only after that, the realization came up. So it was very impactful. So here, luckily, we are very close to bring this product. You will see the pictures now. Into many offices of the rule makers so that they can test themselves and they can say this may work. Next page. So what did we do? What are the cooking? So and how much power do we use to have a cooking? In our regular ovens, the elements are about 3,600 watts. So that 3,600 watts element in the baking or the grilling, it is enormous power. And we think that, and then still the cooking instruction says bake in 45 minutes. Well, do we really need that 3,600 watts? Do we really use it in 3,600 watts? So we did many testing. So one of the tests, we found out that in a 2.5 cubic feet oven, well enough for a 20-pound turkey, by the way. And that will be our next tests. Because I know everybody will ask, will it cook turkey? Yes, it will cook turkey. But it will cook turkey maybe in the maximum power setting, not in the reduced power setting. In the reduced power setting, we simulated when some people wanted to use their ovens with the cooktops. So how much power we can deliver to the oven cavity while they're using at least boiling their water. So we successfully, I can say that in a lasagna, standard lasagna, almost like 8-piece services, it's a big one. It can be cooked in 45 minutes, as it says on the book cooking instructions, with only 650 to 800 watts. So that gives you 1,000 watts on the cooktop surface to boil your sauce or the water, whatever you want to do, which we will come back on the cooktop results. Then we did some preheating tests. This is where it gets tricky. When you use full power of the oven, 10, 13 minutes, no problem. Nobody will complain. But when you're using a cooktop and you're trying to heat up the cavity, it will take probably 30 to 35 minutes. We have to give a solution to a customer. Maybe they have to use the full power, then switch back to reduced power. So there are some algorithms work behind, but this will be an adjustment period for many users. It's a big cost saving compared to gas to electric, because this product will not cost as high as the competition that we are going to be working on.
How many burners in the cooktop?
Coming. The next slide is the cooktops. This is the oven cavity because it was important to show the results. And we can and also the reduced power cannot reach effectively above 425 Fahrenheit, which is good enough. About 75 to 80% of our food, except pizza, from baked, it can be cooked under 425 Fahrenheit. When you want pizza from the fresh bake, you need about 475 degrees, 450 plus.
Why would you make your own pizza in New York?
I'm gonna tell this. I'm gonna tell this too, but don't please. It's the observation. All the Whole Foods, all these organic companies are selling uncooked pizza in their refrigerators for homes to take. So once they go up to, and as a family of 3 or family of 4, they take this up and they bake it up. So for those real uncooked pizza with a fresh 14-inch, 15-inch size, you need 475 degrees. You cannot do reheating.
I think y'all need to get all the pizza owners on your side. Buy local.
Well, pizza is a major, as much as 20-pound turkey, pizza heating, and also lasagna. These are the major dishes that actually many in my previous life, the oven manufacturers or the cook are using as standard, because this is the U.S.
Yeah.
In Europe, it is different.
Right.
In Europe, it's more juicy stuff. It's more convection is used, but in U.S., baking is used. There is no convection baking just coming to the U.S. And then it was already present. And again, a parenthesis, air fry is basically fanned convection. So there was nothing wrong with it, but Electrolux said, well, how can I market this? So Frigidaire is the first company who named it air fry. Actually, it's a US one. And now today, in Europe, there was air fry way, many decades ago. Nobody was telling it as air fry. All right, so basically here, an oven cavity up to 1700 watts can bake and cook your food inside the cavity without any problems, and also without any temperature limitations, nor the timing to preheat will be well enough what customers are using today in our homes. Next page for the cooktop now. All right, coming to cooktop. The product that we're working is going to have 3 zones. We wanted to make different in 3 zones, and one of the idea was also to offer induction griddle. Nobody knows in the US you can use real griddle on induction, but it is pure metal, pure iron that can actually be used safely, and it's the best way to cook without any Teflon coating, all that, and you can also put it in the dishwasher. So the product will have a rectangle induction zone, special induction zone, and 2 zones. All 3 can or cannot be worked depending on the requirement, but definitely 2 zones can be working together. And we know from the research that you need minimum 2 zones to work together, at least to make a regular cooking, because that's what Sean's earlier research, but we're expanding that. We're asking to TRC also to do that help for us. And also we did our internal testing. We have 250 people, so as a company, we'll say, here's a survey, you're gonna fill the survey, return it by 4 p.m. So everybody return. So we can do the survey much easily. We bake actually safely. We heat up soups. We can boil water. Yes, it's not 2 minutes, but those 2-minute videos are deceiving. They are maybe only boiling half a liter. So it's not the same. Usually in our homes, 1 liter to 2 liter is what we are using for our pasta. 4 servings, usually 1.5 to 2 liters. NYSERDA said, oh, it has to boil 5 liters in 7 minutes. There is no such thing. I'm sorry. Nobody lives in NYSERDA buildings that boils 5 liters of water. So they're going to learn. And burgers. Griddle, only with 1,000 watts. Only with 1,000 watts, you can actually bake burgers. Cook burgers on top of the cooktop zone. Yes, it's messy, but you can do it. Or you want to do a griddle, that's fine, inside the grill. Next one. So, as I said, we're working with a number of products at the same time because we want to show that this product can be adoptable very quickly. And we know that competition will come immediately. So it's going to be a commodity, and you can be probably, my prophecy is within 2 years of introduction, we will be able to see these products at Home Depot from many manufacturers. Once they figure out how this is done, of course, there's a patent behind it, but you can always go around the patent and find alternative solutions. So we will start with 24-inch size first. That's what we are testing right now. We got the first tests yesterday, samples yesterday, final finished samples. So, and our ambition is to start serial producing these in the first quarter of next year. 30-inch is the largest or the biggest problem because the cubic foot, it goes about 3 cubic feet. And when it goes about 3 cubic feet, remember, we can bake at 1,700 watts, but when you use a shared lower voltage or lower wattage, we will make many customers unhappy. So we can solve them in cabinet problem. We can offer the 30-inch product in a smaller in-cabinet solution.
So you're saying it's the 24-inch stove in a 30-inch cabinet. So
Exactly. Yes, thing. Exactly. Yes, yes.
But you will have the 30-inch freestanding.
Ultimately, yes, we will have. We're working on it, but this is going to be probably it'll take 1 year because I have to solve that preheat temperature. Nobody will wait that much long. Right. One more picture. And we're not stopping there. We have today 120 volt induction cooktops, speed oven. Nobody knows. Actually, you can have speed oven in 120 volts. It's available today. And microwave, and we are doing a lot of inductions as well with different sizes. These are all going to be introduced. And overall, I guess this was the last page of my presentation, so I can take all the questions that you have. And I want to bring the product here. My goal, and I told this to Sean, wanted to show you guys bake cookies and have you guys dip it in the chocolate that actually melts on top of it. Oh. So hopefully in one of these events, and hopefully in California, and then we're going to introduce this product at ROHS, which is actually a Housing Authority show in September in Phoenix, end of September. Don't know who's arriving or who's attending there, if there is a potential. But that's the show that we decided to introduce this product at.
And Sazi, what do you think you're going to sell the stove for?
Good. I knew that this would come. That's why I didn't write. We targeted $1,500.
For the freestanding range?
Yes, $1,500. 24-inch, 30-inch will be maximum.
4 cooktops.
3 cooktops.
3 cooktops.
3. And then 4 zones or 30-inch will be probably up to 2,000. But that's the limit that we're going after to sell these products at the consumer level, at the customer level, 1,500 to 2,000.
Are you saying that wholesale will be less?
Yeah, of course, wholesale will be yes. But I do not know where we will be there. But I believe that the cost to NYSERDA will be $1,500. That's what we decide to do it. Yes.
So, it doesn't require a dedicated circuit?
Yes, we need 20 amp dedicated circuits because we use about 75% of it by UL rules, and the product will be UL 858 compliant.
And then the September launch will be after the UL compliance?
September launch, actually all the samples, everything that we have already been UL'd. So what we are actually providing, we're trying to come up with both freestanding and in-cabinet at the same time. So that when the housing authority walks in, you know, they want to take the freestanding product out, but they sometimes come across with these. I do not know if you ever have been to a 30-floor upright housing authority project building. You have to see the condition of it. So they say, while they're moving it, they may change the cabinetry. So we're kind of thinking like to give different options to these people, and then because they want to upgrade their products too. Yes.
Does the with the different like maximums and times that you showed
Yes.
on the slide, what's the user experience with those? Like if you just turn on, let's say you put it into a condition where you're demanding more than it can give. You put
Right.
3 burners on high and this oven's
It won't
preheating
work.
400. So then how does it decide?
Okay, we call this dynamic current allocation. So we're working on it. This is the patent actually that we work on. So in the regular ranges, the priority is always given the oven cavity. So if the oven cavity requires 3600 watts, which is 20 amps, it's going to keep that 20 amps to itself, and then we'll do the power allocation to the cooktop. But in our product, we are making the oven cavity also dynamic. That's why there will be more than one element inside the cavity. So it will give power to different elements.
So no settings to
No, there is a setting. There is a
which one
setting.
you want to prioritize?
Well, bake, definitely. Bake will be
Maybe
priority.
just turning things on, say what your priority, or can you say?
Right, bake and
preheat the
cook
oven slower because I need to boil right now.
That's the second one. Yes, that's the same. Usually again, priority is always baking. When you put bake, for example, you bake at 1700 watts, you come up to 350 in 10 minutes. Then if you put a cooking something on the stovetop, automatically switches to the top.
I wonder if I know at least for me, if there's a user experience question here where like if you've just cold start, turned on bake at maximum, and now you try to boil something on the top, is there like an indicator that says wait or buffering?
Yeah,
Or how do we let people know like,
This
give me a
is
minute?
this is actually exactly a very good question. This is why we said this product should come with videos, with training, because again, in the first 2-3 uses, there should be some adjustment period that people will use. I am happy to talk to you later on the breaks. At the breaks, I have my contact numbers and details, and also some other brochures over there.
Yay,
So,
Sazi.
thank you.